Hello YouTube, I'm Pilot Stud and welcome back to another Microsoft Flight Simulator news video. In today's video I'm keeping you up to date with all of the aircraft news stemming from World War II payware aircraft that are upcoming to a freeware A350. In the background today you're watching me fly around in the high performance group Airbus H135. Beautiful helicopter for the sim. That's what's behind, that's what you're watching. I'll of course be sharing photos and videos from all of the aircraft in this video today. So if you love these type of videos, be sure to like, comment and subscribe. Before we get into it, I am running a charity fundraiser, raising money for two awesome charities. St Nicholas Hospice and SAFA, the Armed Forces charity, and I'll be doing a charity skydive to top it off. The Just Giving link is in the description. We've had over £500 in donations so far. It's mighty impressive and I thank every single one of you. Anyway, let's get right into this video. So starting off, I'm sharing some news from the Fenix Simulations A320. Their latest feature review has been released. It shows the indicating and recording system. Now this is frankly beyond me. This certainly is a high fidelity airliner. If you're not too sure what this is, what the Fenix A320 is, it's basically the most anticipated aircraft for the sim. It's the A320 CEO with all of the realistic true to life features. The head developer Amir has shared a 30-minute long video showing us how the aircraft collects data and presents it to the pilot. Now of course in generic Microsoft Flight Simulator kind of aircraft in the A320 default version and maybe even in the A320NX to a certain degree, the data is just fed into the aircraft directly from the sim. But in the A320 CEO, the Fenix A320, you've got a lot of stuff in the middle, including of course most notably shown on this video, the circuit breakers. So if something fails in the middle, you're not getting this data. Now I'm not a real life A320 pilot, but my goodness, this is very impressive stuff. Now we see what's reflected in terms of failures getting to the ECAM display, and this shows the fact that you probably do have to read quite a bit to be able to operate this aircraft if you want to follow realistic real world procedures. There have already been a few feature reviews I believe, including one on the MCDU and pneumatic systems. And I do recommend you check out the Fenix Sim Discord and their website. The circuit breakers are all modelled, which is really impressive. We haven't had that in an aircraft on Microsoft Flight Simulator ever before. And even though it's not the most riveting part of the aircraft, I'll admit it doesn't necessarily interest me and it's not the be all or end all. The fact that these are modelled really shows their attention to detail and is the reason why you should be very excited for this aircraft. Amir is saying that the fact the aircraft could enter into beta is still up in the air, and we've got no assurance on the price range yet. It's said to be affordable, but we haven't actually got a price yet, and we haven't got a release date. But it's looking beautiful. Apparently it works very well with the recent world update. You should be really happy and excited for this aircraft. Let's see where it goes. Now the aircraft I'm most excited for in this video today by Flying Iron Simulations is the P-38L Lightning, which should be coming by the end of September, coming onto the marketplace roughly 4 to 6 weeks later. Now Flying Iron Simulations blew my head off with that amazing Spitfire, and this is no exception. This P-38, which is one of the mass-produced aircraft of the Second World War made by the Americans, does look really awesome. Some background to this aircraft: it's a single-seated double-piston engine or dual-piston engine fighter aircraft, and it's very recognisable. Over 10,000 of these bad boys were built in the Second World War, and it last retired or was last in use in 1965 by the Honduran Air Force. It was used as a fighter bomber and of course aerial reconnaissance, and as one of the first aircraft in the war to be able to be used to a good degree at high altitudes. It saw use throughout the war, from Pearl Harbor to victory over Japan. And my goodness, this trailer really shows off something really special. Now the Spitfire was around £22 UK, and I don't imagine this will be any different. I think you'll be looking around the £20 to £25 mark, which is what, around 35 US dollars or 30 euros. In my opinion, it looks beautiful. I would say at the moment the textures do look a bit fuzzy. They've clearly got some sort of film grain on there at the moment, although that could just be the screenshots and the video recording. But yeah, it's certainly a unique and somewhat quirky aircraft. We haven't really seen anything like this for Microsoft Flight Simulator. I'm very excited for it, and it'll probably be a first day buy for me. Now, it has got some really accurate features, and the Flying Iron Simulations team are working with Got Gravel, who have produced some awesome planes for the sim already. It includes a high fidelity sound package using sounds recorded from the real aircraft, and a highly realistic flight model. Now the thing is with aircraft like these is that not many people have experience in flying them, so you'd be lucky to be able to fly one of these to get an ultra realistic flight model, but who knows, let's hope it will be as close to the real thing as possible. Something that sticks out to me is that it will include cockpit blowouts and blackouts. I don't think we've seen that yet. Moving on, we move over to helicopters, which has been in the background throughout this video. Hype Performance Group have shared a civilian variant preview development update of their Airbus H145, which is their payware aircraft as opposed to the 135, and you can pre-order the H145 from the link in the description for around 43 US dollars. Now of course it's still in early access, so just keep an eye on this video. I've put the link in the description. The important bit is at the end where we get some screenshots, of which we're rolling through now. The difference of this aircraft is we've already seen the executive variant in a preview video, and I think most people have got their hands on them now. And once again, they've pulled it off really well. The modelling team really do a great job. This certainly looks impressive. If you enjoy the H135, you probably want to look into this, because although I'm not a massive helicopter guy myself, they are really fun, and by the looks of it, they seem to hit the nail on the head with bringing over the first major helicopter into the sim, and they've done a really good job of it, pulling it off really well. If you're really into this sort of stuff, then to be honest, I would recommend pre-ordering it. There is of course an element of risk that comes with that, although I do think it's probably developed past the point now where they're just going to cancel this project. I think that's incredibly unlikely. And yeah, I probably would wholeheartedly recommend pre-ordering it if you do enjoy these type of aircraft, if you enjoy helis. The screenshots are really impressive, and of course we do get some video footage at the start. The team do a really good job with communication, so I'd recommend you join their Discord if you haven't. Finally, we move over to the freeware Airbus A350 by Digital Flight Dynamics. Now, I've been lucky enough to be provided with some exclusive renders from the sim from the main developer Dynamic. He shared some close renders from the lower pedestal throttle area. Now, it's still quite early days for this aircraft, and I cannot guarantee where it will go, but it looks like they're progressing well. These are the exclusive shots, some exclusive renders. We're getting a closer look towards the throttle quadrant now, and you can see there's still a lot of work to do, but it's getting there. Now, there has to be an element of caution with all of these freeware development teams, because we've had many that have just closed off before. Some people are very over ambitious, but I have to say, if Digital Flight Dynamics stick through it, from the look of their work so far, they're getting somewhere. An eCam update, which was admittedly shared last month, although I didn't have time to cover it, reveals that some of these systems are already working in the sim, and apparently quite well. This to me is a bit promising actually, because most of the time the system part is where developers get stuck, so if they're saying that it's working in the sim, then it puts a big smile on my face and gives me some hope. It'll be nice to see how this aircraft progresses. I hope they stick with it. I hope it doesn't go like many freeware Discord projects and fails because they don't get enough developers. So best of luck guys, I hope it goes well. So now you're up to date with all of the upcoming Microsoft Flight Simulator aircraft. All the three at the start were payware, and of course the last one was freeware. What are you most excited for? Tell me down below. I go through and read every comment, even if it's a bit mean. Anyway, from me today, that is all. Thank you so much for watching. It really does mean a lot. Thank you to my first class channel members. Thank you to Captain Matt Russell, Jesse Wiseman, Ethan B. Beck, Simon Schmidt and Erwin K. You guys really do help me out. Anyway, from me today, that is all. See you around. Bye bye.